Um, Adjusting to the new culture where they are exposed to, right? Because they are in a completely new culture. They are in a completely new way of studying. Probably there's a different way the teacher might teach over there, and he or she is used to a certain other kind of way of teaching. The student should make himself or herself aware of the cultural changes that he or she might, is looking forward to get exposed to. Take their time, well in time, they should start doing this. Of course, when they are there for a longer period, there is homesickness that, might be there with them. Yeah. Financials are also one aspect. Another aspect, every country's finances are different. The cost of living in India would be different from the cost of living in USA if the child is going to USA or any of the other developed countries. So that financial management, they should expose themselves to as to how properly they can manage their finances with whatever limited resources they might have in hand, when they are out. Of course, there are expectations from wherever they are going, about how they should perform over there. So they need to spend their time on these things as well. So primarily, it's more about how they can adjust to the new culture over there and how they can manage the finances and their emotional well-being. Students should build the problem solving attitude. So whenever we get a problem, the first attitude should be that we need to find a solution to this, alternatives or alternative solutions to the problem. um, that is one skill which you need to build in if you are aiming to become an entrepreneur. Of course, there has to be resilience in you. Everything doesn't bring success. There will be failures as well when you are on the path of entrepreneurship. Us, so you should build your resilience. Failure should not break you down. And of course, when you are an entrepreneur, there is a risk involved. If you start something, if you are having a startup to go ahead with, and there are always risks in it. So that risk-taking appetite should be built in yourself. Since entrepreneurship engages financials as well, so a little, only the knowledge of the technology or the aspect on which you are going to do entrepreneurship doesn't help much. You need to build a certain level of financial literacy as well within yourself. So you have to make those efforts to make yourself, financially literate to a certain extent. Those are some of the basic skills which I wanted to share, since the time limit has already been shared with by Devyani, that we need to stick to the 2.5 minutes thing. So I'd leave it to the other panelists also to share something on this. More things which I would want to share is, you need to build your own network with the industry where you want to um, get into, where the domain in which you want to build your business or entrepreneurship. uh, like Dr. Kutappa also said a while back, that we need mentors, good mentors. These are very hard to find. So you need to find your own mentor from the same field where you want to create a startup or build a business from scratch. So you need to find a good mentor. You need to build your own network. Of course, there are some other skills. Devyani pointed out that communication skills are very important. Adaptability towards many aspects. Critical thinking is very important. So those are some of the skills that you need to have if you are looking forward to become an entrepreneur. And this depends completely on how passionate the child is about his or her aspirations and goals, and how supportive his or her parents are in terms of helping them achieve their aspirations and goals. I have few friends whose kids are studying abroad. Some of them started studying post graduation. Some of them started studying. A couple of them started studying only after their higher secondary. So of course, there those who went abroad to study. One of them is in MIT as well. After higher secondary, their parents were really very supportive, and the child's aspirations were very high. So it depends completely on the child and the background in which the child is brought up, whether it is from ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. But there are many factors on which these things depend. Um, Many of my friends, like Ananta ma'am was saying, that after post graduation, students should go abroad to study. Similarly, there are many friends who tell me that if child wants to study abroad, then after higher secondary, or this is too early an age for a child to go abroad. Like you said, that there are students who are coming back because they are not so mature to adjust at this age to a completely different culture, to a completely different lifestyle. Those who have been seasoned by their parents or by the kind of school where they are studying, they may get mature enough to adjust to those things, but most of them are not. So, truly speaking, it should be after a particular age, maybe after graduation, the children should, opt for studying abroad. But yeah, like I said, that it all depends on how passionate the child is and how supportive their parents are and listening to us in this webinar. Hopefully, they will find their aspirations in place. They will be able to achieve their goals. And of course, thanks, Divyani, for inviting us to this discussion.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so much.
much.